Hello, today we're going to be setting up some textures in Quixel Mixer for a modular building. To set up, we're going to go over how I set up my model in Blender. As you can see, I have a color ID, as well as a second and third material set for our roof and floor. To make a color ID, you just need to add an image texture to the colors you need, and then do a simple diffuse bake. Now over in Mixer, start off a new project, and then we'll add a new mix. Setting the texture size here will help keep things in order. Now under Setup, select Custom Mesh and load in our wall mesh. Then under Material ID, hit Texture Set Editor and then go to the Texture Set and load in our wall's color ID map. Now, let's rename our layer sets. Make a new one for each target texture set. The options we have here are based off the materials our models had in Blender. I'll add a solid grey to each one. This will give us a nice mid-tone to work off of, as well as helping us with masking later. Right. Time for textures. Under the local library, I'm going to add some wood planks. Then under blend mode, I'm going to turn warp to underlying to 0. Then under placements, I'm going to set this to tiling and rotate it 90 degrees and set the repetition to 2 in the Y. I don't want this texture to cover my wall, so I'm going to right click and under material ID, select the mask and then select the blue channel. Now you can see that's masked just to this part. If we didn't add the grey layers earlier, you'd still see this covering the full model. Now that that's done, I'll add some more wood running along the Y and then mask that to the red layer. Now for the last part, I'm just going to add some old paint. You can see here the effects of having warp to underlying set to 1, but we're going to mask that problem away. Now I'm going to add some solid fills and then mask them. This will allow me to change the color of the wood in a non-destructive way. We can turn off everything we don't need, leaving only the color, and then we can lower the opacity down. Next is the floor and roof. I'll just go and find some textures that I like, and then I'll be right back. Now that I have some textures that I'm happy with, I'll add some more solid fill colors so I can start changing the colors in a non-destructive way. Now to help out the wall a bit, I'll make the paint tiling texture, bump the repetitions up, copy it and rotate it, and then drop the repetitions back down. Now we can lower the opacities and we can see now that we have some big noise and small noise as well. To end things off with the textures, we're going to add a new layer set that covers everything. This will be a solid color. We're going to use this to change the look of the textures all at once, be it making the textures darker or even shifting their colors a bit. Looking at our floor and roof textures in 2D mode, we can see that our texture does not fully cover it. To fix this, we're going to change them from box projection to tiling. Under export, we can leave things as they are. The only things that we'll need to change are the location and the texture size. The size we set in the beginning was only for the viewport size. This is the size that we will export our textures out. Now that we've done that, we can just export our textures, and this will only take a second. Hopping over into Unreal, I've imported the meshes, I've just mirrored this over, and then I've also imported my textures as well. We're going to need 3 materials for this. Open one up and then grab the textures for that part and plug them in. I didn't do it, but you can plug the displacement map into the world position offset if you want. Now that we have done that for all 3 textures, we can assign them to the model and see what it looks like. In the next part, I'll go over making this wall into modular pieces without the need of making new textures. Thank you for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!